Was just going to drive home.
There are several warning signs present that you shouldn't be driving.
Good afternoon. I'm Alan Martin. This is your PIX Now update. A rooftop rescue in San Lorenzo has freed a man who may have been trying to rob a restaurant but wound up stuck for 2 days. KPIX 5's Wilson Walker is there with a neighbor who made the unbelievable discovery.
So this, I believe, might be the hat of the individual who was pulled out of the grease duct. You can see the condition of said grease duct there, but I think almost more spectacularly, look at the scale of the vent that this individual was trying to make their way through. They were there for about 2 days, and this all might have been much worse had it not been for a gentleman working next door.
But for like 45 minutes, I keep hearing this, I'm not like, what the heck is going on?
It all started when Igor Campos heard those noises coming from the Chef Kwong restaurant, so he decided to walk around back and check things out.
You know, so I'm looking at it, and asking questions. It's like, please get me out, I'm 28 years old, you know, I need to just get out.
So in came the Alameda County Sheriff's Department and Fire Department.
They determined that we had an individual stuck in the vent system of the hood and duct above the stove.
From there, the 30-minute job of removing the man. Campos saw him when he was finally brought out.
I saw him, he was like really, you know, his body was full of grease and everything, so it was, his shoulder was dislocated.
Now, we asked the rescuers whether or not the man who found himself in that ductwork said how he got there.
He did not.
Now, we spoke with the Alameda County Sheriff's Department. They say the man is in good condition considering what he went through. As for what charges he might face, anywhere from trespassing to perhaps burglary, if they can put that case together. But again, had he spent much time in there, this situation could have been much worse. In San Lorenzo, Wilson Walker, KPIX 5.
It is day 3 for striking Kaiser Permanente mental health workers. Now, nurses also have joined the strike, creating the domino effect of canceled surgeries.
It's unfortunate. It's unfortunate that we have to do this. Hopefully they will come back to the bargaining table and they will settle a lot of this, and then we can get back to work. Yeah. You know, I don't think anybody really wants to walk out on a patient, especially nurses.
Today, picket lines expanded to 14 locations across the state. The union representing therapists and social workers wants more staffing for Kaiser's clinics. They say there's only one clinician for every 3,000 patients. The strike's set to go on until Friday. New details now on the woman killed in the hit-and-run crash in San Francisco's Nob Hill neighborhood this morning. Police have identified her as 58-year-old Teresita Collins. Crash happened about 3:30 on Leavenworth and Bush Streets. The driver still has not been caught. Witnesses say the suspect's car was last seen going north on Leavenworth. Police also released surveillance video showing the driver. You can see a small dark-colored car driving up there and then stop right next to a parked SUV. The driver, who police believe is female, steps out of her car, then gets back in and drives off. Anyone with information on that incident is urged to call SFPD. British Prime Minister Theresa May will hang on to her job. She survived a confidence vote in Parliament just about 2 hours ago.
The result of the ballot held this evening is that the parliamentary party does have confidence.
Theresa May still faces tough opposition from some within her own Conservative Party who do not like her plans for Britain's withdrawal from the European Union. They'd like to see an even more independent UK after Brexit. French authorities continue to search for the gunman who opened fire at a Christmas market in Strasbourg. Police say the suspected gunman is 29-year-old Sharif Chakat. They describe him as a suspected religious radical with a police record in France as well as Germany. Officials say Chakat was wounded in a gunfight after the attack last night, but was able to flee the scene. A top official says that he might have escaped across the border to Germany. The shooting killed 2 people. 1 was left brain dead. At least 13 have been wounded in that attack. As the hunt for Chakat resumes, Paris beefing up its security today. Armed soldiers were seen patrolling the Champs-Élysées in the early morning hours. Right now, 5 people have been detained in connection to the shooting, except for Chakat. And the Christmas market in Strasbourg is closed today. Also, paying respects for the victims, flags all over the city have been lowered to half-staff. Today, inside a New York courthouse, President Trump's former personal attorney was sentenced to 3 years in federal prison. Michael Cohen had pleaded guilty to tax evasion, making illegal hush money payments on Mr. Trump's behalf, as well as to a charge from Robert Mueller's office for lying to Congress. Cohen once said he would take a bullet for his boss, but once he flipped, President Trump called him a weak person and a liar. Inside the courtroom, Cohen fought back tears, apologizing for crimes he committed. He had hoped to avoid prison in exchange for his cooperation with the government, but the judge said his assistance does not wipe the slate clean. Cohen is ordered to surrender to authorities in March. The ATF is offering a $25,000 reward for help catching the thieves behind a string of Nevada gun store robberies. Some of the weapons ended up here in the Bay Area. The break-in started back in August in Reno. 3 followed that, including 2 at the same shop in Sparks. Police say that some of the guns made their way into the hands of gang members in Vallejo. Surveillance cameras captured the men smashing through a front door with that sledgehammer. In all 4 cases, they got into the store the same way. The thieves made off with a total of 157 firearms. Sparks police released these pictures of the suspects. The person seen in the black and the white outfits believed to be the same person. They also released a picture of the suspect's vehicle, believed to be a dark-colored Dodge Journey. Damage and destruction from last month's devastating wildfires creating new problems. Today, California's insurance commissioner said that the claims already total $9 billion and they're expected to rise.
It's $9.05 billion, just slightly over $9 billion. However, we know this number is going to climb as people get more access to their former neighborhoods, as they amend their claim, as they provide more information to their insurer with regard to the magnitude of their loss.
The insurance industry is bracing for payouts exceeding the $12 billion paid to victims of last year's wine country wildfires. That, by the way, is a current record. All right, let's take a live look outside. Our exclusive Salesforce camera giving us a look at how just beautiful day we got going on in the Bay Area. As for our 5-day forecast here on PIX Now, even though it says 7 days, I'm going to do 5 because we got 2 beautiful days followed by a chance of rain on Friday. Saturday is looking good for all your last-minute shopping, and then Sunday, more rain. That's the big storm we're looking for. Sesame Street is trying to raise awareness about childhood homelessness by introducing a homeless Muppet. Meet Lily, a character whose family has lost their home.
We don't have our own apartment anymore, and we've been staying in all different kinds of places.
Lily's journey with homelessness will not appear in the televised episodes, only in online resources. The initiative launched today as part of the Sesame Street in Communities program. Millennials lacking life skills now signing up for classes to teach them how to be a grown-up. They call it Adulting School. The school offers a number of classes geared toward teaching adults how to be adult. The campus is in Portland, Maine, but it's now offering some online courses. It has everything from how to sew on a button, how to understand modern art, or tell someone you love them.
I'm always surprised about people not knowing what I think are the simple things in terms of knife skills or flavors that may go together. Fancy and cut.
Experts say millennials are behind because many have not left their childhood homes. We'll be surveying their adults in the coming days. We'll be back with another update at the top of the hour. You can watch or listen to our updates on your favorite platforms, including our website, kpix.com, or our KPIX Facebook page.
PIX Now News is sponsored by Chevron, proud to support STEM education in the Bay Area.
Meet our STEM standout, Luciano Del Rio.
Team A41 is Richmond High School's robotics team. What it is an after-school program that teaches Richmond High School students about STEM.
Luciano encourages us to really think outside the box to approach a problem.
Luciano's story is important because he comes from this community. The work that he does here goes beyond the classroom and the school.
Chevron and CBS 5 teaming up to support STEM education in the Bay Area.
When I was your age,